Slant, yeah, but isn't this the unplugged version? I don't know. I think it's the unplugged version.
You're wearing that hat? No, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. I'm kidding. have a great con. Have a great con.
Yes,
Jeremy, I'm not confident.
you're Jeremy, but this looks like something.
This is just me. Well, this is a coat from
The Dark Man or something like that.
No, from a series called Farscape. This is the John Crichton coat. I got this from a company called Pendragon.
Oh, nice.
Sweet. Custom made from Fit Me.
There you go.
Sweet.
I love it.
We'll have a good con.
You guys too. Have fun.
All right. Take care. Have fun. Have a blast.
Guess where we're
That
at.
looks great.
Anaheim WonderCon. Want to give a big shout out to Jim Watari for sponsoring us, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
much
Jim.
Love. And I want to thank, and the Film Threat would like to thank Rachel Ziegler for being.
I'd like to thank Rachel Ziegler for our best month in a year. So I want to thank her. Wait, are we recording now?
No, we're not. We're testing.
We're testing. All right.
How you been?
How
you been, bro?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good.
Bro.
Yeah.
You look good, man.
Well, thank you. Paulie and I are on the weight loss regimen, both of us.
Yeah.
Being old dudes.
Oh, we're talking about that?
Not really. I don't want to talk about that. That's not that interesting.
Fasting and walking, guys.
Don't be an idiot. Don't eat stupid shit. Don't eat stupid shit. And eat till you're not hungry. Don't eat till you're full. That's a distinction. So there you go. But
that's a different podcast. We can get into that. But I just want to pick your brain for a few minutes.
Sure, let's do it.
2025, the year of movies, is
probably the worst year in recent memory, a transition year, I think, for the industry. Hollywood continues to not learn the lessons. I think there's a lot of leftover projects from an era that will go down as the worst era in filmmaking in a long time.
Wow.
I'm being honest. The box office is down. The habit of going to the movie theaters was broken by the pandemic. That was a huge mistake. I did not stop going to the movies during the pandemic. I went to the drive-in every week. I kept seeing movies, but there will be some highlights later in the year. Potential Oscar contenders in the fall, and this summer is make or break for the superhero genre.
The blockbusters.
But there has not been, in several weeks, the cumulative box office will be 100 million, right? More than that, north of that. There might be a movie that makes 100 million in a week. We haven't had that.
No.
With the exception of Captain America. So it's not a great year, but I have seen what I think is one of the best films I've seen this year. Bob Trevino Likes It, with John Leguizamo, directed by Tracy Lehman.
And you know why I laugh?
Why?
It's because
some people have problems with John Leguizamo. I do not. I don't care.
You're watching this on the Latino Slant, and the channel has not seen that movie yet. But Chris Gore,
it's a little indie movie that I saw the trailer. I said, I got to see this. And wow, blown away. So good. I won't tell you anything about it. You need to see it and then give your review.
Well, listen.
But I loved it. We're here at WonderCon. Let's talk about WonderCon.
Well, really fast though. It seems that smaller films, are very healthy. They're not getting the big publicity, but there's a lot of really good smaller films in theaters.
Those movies don't need to make a lot of money.
Okay.
And we've lost that. There's a movie coming out. I don't know when this posts, but first week of April called Screamboat. It's one of those Screamboat. It's a new genre of movie, which is the public domain horror film. We saw Popeye the Slayer Man.
We saw that poster.
We saw I Heart Willie. Screamboat is from the producers of Terrifier, and those films cost a couple $1 million, and they made tens of millions of dollars. So whatever you think about horror, the horror genre is so healthy right now.
Healthy, yeah.
Cheap to make. The profits are great. So
get a kick-ass little story and some good actors.
That's all you need. That's all you need. So, and I do like low budget horror. I'm a big fan of trauma, always have been. And you can try things with horror. You know, there's so many shades of horror genre. You know, but this public domain horror Screamboat, it's based on Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie.
And it's a little mouse that goes around killing people on a boat. That's all it is. That's all it is.
That's it.
It's dumb, but I had a blast. So Popeye the Slayer Man, same thing. Hilarious. That movie's hilarious.
So those are your picks. Those are the best films of the year so far.
And Bob Trevino.
Bob Trevino.
Yeah. Not Trevino. Trevino.
No, it's Bob Trevino, isn't it?
Well, it's not. But see the movie.
I gotta see the movie because
see the movie.
It might be Portuguese, but they don't have the enye, but it doesn't matter. Listen,
it doesn't matter. Look, I really want to talk about. No one else has seen it but myself.
Okay,
so,
I'm
with the mic.
Gonna
Sorry
see
about
it.
that.
From what I hear, more people have seen that movie than Snow White. So there you go.
There you go.
So yeah, you guys in your Snow White world and all that stuff, get out and see other films. This man's a treasure. That's why you need to like.
Well, I don't know about a treasure. Maybe because I'm old, like an old treasure. But yeah, I balance my movie going diet with I see the big movies, Marvel, Disney. Well, we haven't seen a Star Wars movie in a long time, but I see those movies. But I always balance it out by small indie movies, horror movies, foreign films. You know, the ones where you have to read the subtitles. I see those movies, and they're great ones out there. So they're just it's finding a gem out there among those. I saw The Woman in the Yard. That was not great. That was a bad Blumhouse movie. Blumhouse is hit and miss. You get some fun things like a Megan, and then you get The Woman in the Yard. Yeah. That was not good, but I'll still go see all of them. I don't care.
Sinners looks interesting.
Sinners looks really good.
Sinners looks
Michael B. Jordan playing twins in the movie, and it looks horrifying. And what I like about the trailer, doesn't tell you what it's about.
This trailer's telling too much shit lately, man.
Nowadays, that trailer.
I show up at the last trailer.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to watch it.
I walk in when Nicole Kidman starts talking.
I remember that one time.
What do you mean one time? I know what happens.
One time.
Can I say it?
Go ahead.
All right. So there's a thing in the Nicole Kidman trailer where she pauses, and I scream, "Are your nipples hard?" And she says, "They are." And the audience will usually burst out laughing. Sometimes they don't.
No, I was there the one night where someone went, "Oh, we're not going to be doing that."
Yeah.
And Chris was like, fuck you.
Yeah, they are. So I don't know. Look, I just love going to the movies.
Yeah.
Probably there like 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like, hey.
Oh, getting fist bumps.
All right, good to see you. All right.
See ya.
All right.
All right. Take care. No, it's all good. It's all good. We're talking WonderCon.
We're at WonderCon, man.
WonderCon.
How was your panel?
Panel was great. It was a concept creation. It was a panel for aspiring writers, and we just gave advice. I've written books. I've written screenplays, other projects. So I was giving my kernels of advice. Bottom line is everything in life is about discipline. Whether you want to get in shape physically, right? Or whether you want, discipline with your diet to stay healthy, discipline with writing, which is getting up at 5 a.m., writing for 2-3 hours, and you're done for the day. I try to get things that I need to get done
early,
and then they're done. By noon, I've done all the things I have to do, whether it's writing, working out. I get that done. Then in the afternoon, I'm like, hey, what other thing can I do? So discipline is really the key. No one writes a book. What you do is you write a sentence.
Pages.
Then you write a page.
Right.
Then you write 10 pages.
Right.
No one sits down to write a book. You write parts of a book. So what I do is take a big project, a book, a screenplay, whatever the project is, it's big. And you work on this little part. And you do this little part every day, consistently, 5 days a week, discipline. And then after like a couple months, then you have a book or a screenplay or a thing. So it's taking a project that on its face you go, oh my God, how could I ever write a book or do a big thing or a script or a documentary or a movie? Break it into its smallest part, do the smallest part, and do it consistently every day, same time, discipline. Maybe you miss a day here and there, forgive yourself. But if you do that, a couple months later, you have the thing.
And that was a panel?
Well, that was my advice on the panel.
Gotcha.
But when you do that, you're investing in your future, which is my future self over here is going to have a book that's done or whatever the project is. But you got to invest and then every day do that thing to get to this. I talk with my hands.
It's discipline.
It's discipline. And that's it. You learn that's the point of school or college or anything. But although, to be honest, I'm a college dropout, but I learned all this on my own.
After all that, he says he's a college.
Yeah, I am a college, but I've done a bunch of stuff. I've done a bunch of stuff because I just self-taught. By the way, Quentin Tarantino dropped out of school in the 8th grade. He is famous for being a terrible speller. But if you've ever read a Quentin Tarantino screenplay, it's like poetry, his dialogue. I've read his screenplays raw, and you can see the movie that's in his head. It's so well written. And he'll even put the songs that are playing, which you technically shouldn't do. But he does it. And read a Quentin script. They're amazing. But he dropped out of school in the 8th grade. That's his highest education. That's why, he can't spell, but that does not matter. You can,
He proved it.
He proved it, yeah. So,
cool. Okay, last WonderCon thoughts.
I am afraid, I'm being perfectly honest, that the con bubble may have burst. I think that normie fans, we've seen all the superhero movies, we're good. And this is far less attended. Now, all it will take is another big movie like an Avengers Doomsday. I think the Avengers movie in 2026, that could change everything. So, but I do think that
it's kind of lean, you're saying.
Yeah, for the short term, I think it's wait and see. I really think Superman and Fantastic Four this summer will be make or break for the genre. If they do not perform, I think the genre's in trouble. But I think from WonderCon here, there's just less interest. Also, I think the economy, this state is so expensive. I'm no fan of Gavin Newsom. This is probably the most mismanaged state in the U.S., and we pay for it. We pay a premium to live here. I love the weather, love the opportunity to do things. But wow, it's difficult. I think people are hurting financially. I think,
a lot of longtime Californios they've left.
We will, by 2030, we might lose 3 congressional seats because of population leaving the state. So that's how bad it is. We've lost 6 million people have left California. It's too expensive to live here. I'm a sucker. I'm still here. I do my best to live below my means. And
we're getting an education of
I'm not getting political, but it's expensive and it's hurt where people have less disposable money. My daughter used to come to WonderCon and Comic-Con every year. She says I can't afford it. My daughter's an adult. She makes her own decisions, but she cannot afford to come to these things. And that's a lot of people that are young people cannot afford this as a luxury to go to a con, dress up, buy comics and collectibles. It's expensive. And myself, I buy much fewer stuff, much less stuff than I used to. I'm very picky. I like to buy prop replicas. I like bigger stuff now, but I could use maybe more space.
Once a year, I'll pick a theme or pick something like a John Wick, or right now I'm going in Invincible or Walking Dead.
Oh, well, that's good. I do buy books. Books I love. I'm a book fiend. So comics, graphic novels, collections, compendiums. I like that stuff. I buy stuff from Taschen. Go on the Taschen website, TASCHEN. Look up Taschen. They have these big books of like the Avengers, and it's thick, and they got one for Fantastic Four, and I love those. Spider-Man, those are great books. They're like $200, but well worth it. But yeah, I'm very picky about what I get, but economy's not that great. I think that we're seeing a lull in cons only in California. On the East Coast in Florida, MegaCon, huge,
Really?
packed. Yeah, so I think it's regional. So regionally here in California, economy's not great.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't have as much disposable money, so that hurts. But we'll see. We need like a couple good superhero movies to bring people back. That could be Superman, could be Fantastic Four.
I hope so.
I'm rooting for Thunderbolts because that new trailer I actually really like. I think there's low expectations for that.
Good things.
And I think it could be fun, but we'll see. So
I'm rooting for them all.
I look.
I want to take my dad to Fantastic Four. That was his favorite.
I have friends who work in the industry, people who are gaffers. They work at the lighting rental place, like all over. There are lots of jobs affiliated with film and TV, and the industry has contracted.
Yes,
there's less work. So I am rooting because I want things to succeed,
right,
because that affects everyone working in the economy and bigger convention. And WonderCon, unfortunately, not as well attended as previous years, but I love it here. I love being around the vibe. I see people here I only see a couple times a year at conventions. So I want everyone to win in the end. I want everyone to win, but I think Hollywood needs to get back to its roots and entertain. Enough of the agendas and all that, because I think that really it's been like almost probably more than a decade of creeping in bad stuff. And
you know, it should be an
I think
agenda?
it's going away, but it's not over. So give it. I'd say we're 2 years away from it. Hollywood learning this.
Here's a novel idea.
What do they want?
Number one agenda for Hollywood: entertain. That's a great agenda.
Yeah, and just get back to great storytelling. Bob Trevino likes it.
Recommend.
If you get one recommendation from me, go see it. Go with an open mind. It's not a superhero movie. It's a simple indie movie that does what indie movies do best: character, story. It's funny. It's about life, and
you were crying at the end of the film.
Well, let's not say that on camera.
Oh.
I was very
After
emotional.
all the other things you said.
I was emotional. I'll admit it. So great. Paulie, brother. Love you, brother.
Love you too.
Appreciate you. Great.
Film
Awesome.
he was about to do the ghetto shake. You like that?
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I felt the hand.
I'm a suburban dude. Whatever.
Film Chris Gore, we love you, man.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Peace.
Adios.